This video is for companies that are not yet tracking their time or just investigating or thinking about getting into time tracking for their employees. So this is a very simple baby steps video that may help you get started. There are certainly more complex videos to learn more about the Standard Time program that you can look at in addition to this. But this is just some very simple baby steps to get started. The first place you might consider getting started is to simply enter 8 hours per day into the projects that you work on. So as you encourage your employees to get into this on a company-wide basis, use a product like Standard Time. You see the timesheet here. There are 6 tabs along the top. This is the timesheet tab. This is the only one you need to stay in for now. You see your projects listed along the left-hand side. Let's go into next week so we clear out all these hours. Basically what I'm saying is just enter 8 hours for each day for the projects that you work on. Now, that's a very simple approach. You see the daily totals at the bottom. You see your weekly total there. You may also see pay period totals if you have it set up that way, but this is the very simplest approach. Now, even with this, you're going to see some immediate value. The first thing that you can do as administrators or executives of the company is to be able to go to the View menu and then choose Employee Status. So this is a very simple view that allows you to see all of your employees, the last activity they worked on, date and time, the number of hours that they worked today and this week. So you can check and make sure that they're filling out the timesheets. Now there are other ways to handle that. This is a very simple way to get started doing that. Another value that you'll see is in the reporting over on the left-hand side. You'll see a series of reports. The time log reports allow you to look at all the time records that people have entered into the timesheet. There is a nice report that allows you to see the amount of time you're spending on each project. So if I run this Pi hours by project, click OK, you can see the amount of time you're spending on each one of your projects. So this allows you to make sure that you're spending time on the most strategic projects, the ones that make you the most money or the most profitable or the highest priority, and spending less time on the lower priority ones. So simply entering 8 hours into the timesheet for each employee certainly allows you to get that information right off the bat. The next baby step you might consider taking is expanding these projects. As I click on the plus symbol next to it, you will see a list of categories next to it. So instead of entering your 8 hours directly into a project, consider finding the category that's most applicable to the work you're doing and enter your hours there. You will see a list of these by going to the Tools menu and choosing Categories. You can create your own list, modify the list here, delete, remove, rename, and set up the list of categories that suits your company. That way people will see them when they open up the project. They can enter time against that. So if you take that next baby step of entering time directly into a category, you now are telling the system what type of work you're doing. It's not just working at the project level, but it's in fact working on a particular type of work on that project. Go over to the charts. You can then run the Pi hours by category. There is a single pie chart that shows you the kinds of work you're working on. So you can browse your mouse over here, find out how much time you're spending on email or research or management. Find out if you're spending time on the kinds of work that matter most in your company. Try to reduce the amount of admin time and increase the amount of project time. So that's just another little bit of value you will get by using categories as opposed to straight time against a project. There's a third baby step you can take, and that is to use what we call project tasks. Over in the Project Tasks tab, you will be able to create a customizable list of the types of work that you're doing for your projects. So back in the timesheet, Instead of popping open a project and seeing the full list of categories, you could pop open a project and see just the customizable list for each project. So this allows you to refine and get more detail as to what you're actually working on. Same reports apply over on the left-hand side, but allows you to see a little bit more information. So those are some very basic steps, some baby steps you can take to get started tracking time, and we hope you'll do that as soon as you can.